Good afternoon! This second part of third-party protection legal self-defense stuff ties into a question I ask men with online dating. It's a character question, and I get to know loads about them with how they answer it. Ironically, I keep a bunch of these types of questions in my notes on my phone so I can copy and paste, because #efficiency. Follow me for more dating tips. The question I ask is this. You and your girl are walking out of a club or a bar or anywhere. She's holding your hand and following behind when some rando grabs her butt. She turns around and she pushes the guy. What do? I've received many interesting answers on this. It's incredibly entertaining. It's a fun case study, especially when I get men who say they would just leave with their girl. No sense in spending the night in jail, right? I think that's pretty smart. But then I switch it up and I say, well, what if you were leaving a restaurant and the girl whose butt was grabbed is your 17-year-old daughter? I can say without a shadow of a doubt, answers then are pretty unanimous. In the world of online dating with this question, I don't claim a right or wrong. It's just more of getting to know them. And honestly, my whole job is based on the fact that you don't really know how you're going to react unless you're actually testing this under pressure. So for the sake of this series, what I want to know are the legal ramifications of you standing up for your girl. So the first question is, the scene is as earlier described. Man grabs girl's butt, she turns around and she pushes him. Disclaimer, ladies, I'm not saying this is the smart move, but you know what? It is a sexual assault, and I have been in this situation, and I did turn around and push that guy really, really hard. I'll come at you like 1,000 coked up Mike Tysons. By the way, you can buy this shirt at Fit to Fight. So the man steps in to intervene and decides to punch the guy. What happens legally? Okay, and for the second part, what if the girl does not push him? She just tells her significant other about it, and now the man intervenes on behalf of the woman and punches ass grabber. #deserved. What happens then?
Hey, what's up? Very relevant question. Glad it's being asked. As always, please refer to the disclaimer that was previously posted on the Healthy Buffalo Facebook page. These statements are not intended to be legal advice. This does not form an attorney-client relationship, and you should consult with an attorney in your state before relying on any of these statements. These statements are intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. I may have said that already. I can't possibly do a full-blown legal analysis because you people's attention span is about 4 minutes on social media anyway. So if you're a lawyer out there and you think that this isn't a good enough legal analysis, then you're right. There's a lot more to it, but we don't have 4 hours. So anyway, does the boyfriend who intervenes for the girlfriend, can he face criminal charges? In the way the question was phrased, in most cases, yes. All right, here's why. There's a difference between protecting someone from an imminent threat and retaliating, okay? I remember I had a case when I was a prosecutor, and it was very clear that the one party threw the punch first. The other person then hit him. But because they were on the other side of the table, what it was is they actually threw a book at the person across the table, and the book hit him. They then walked around the table and punched him in the face. The defense tried to argue they were protecting themselves. That was self-defense. It is undisputed that they committed the initial battery. And I argued successfully, I might add, that yes, that person could be on the hook for battery if charges were brought or pressed for that particular act. But you can't retaliate simply because someone commits a battery first. So when self-defense means you are stopping something that's imminent. Now, if someone commits a battery and their words and actions together make it seem like they're about to continue to commit this battery or commit another battery, by all means, defend yourself. But we don't live in 1600 in England where you can avenge someone's honor because they were called a maiden of ill repute, and so I must now challenge him to a duel to avenge her honor. That's not how it works. So if somebody in the situation grabs your wife's, daughter's, whoever's butt, the wife, daughter, whoever pushes them away. Now at that point in time, the way that person reacts at that point in time is going to dictate what your rightful legal action can be. If your wife or girlfriend turns around and pushes the guy, get away from me, don't ever touch me again, and then you turn around and that guy then takes a step towards her, by all means, I think you step in and you stop another imminent unlawful attack or assault. If he just laughs and starts to continue walking away, sorry, you can't go up and hit him just because he did a very bad thing. You can call the police. You can report a battery, an assault, sexual battery, depends on the state's definition of sexual battery. In most states, slapping a butt may or may not. I don't want to get into it, but yeah, I mean, a wrong happened that can be prosecuted, but it doesn't mean you get to hit somebody just because they did a bad thing. Two wrongs don't make a right, and we did away with fighting words in this country a long time ago. So we had what's called fighting words, which is, oh, well, you say certain things to someone, now you're entitled to fight them. We got to the point, and I'm not going to say whether I agree with it or not. Once again, these aren't my opinions. This is what the law is. You can't fight someone because they said a mean thing to you and dishonored you or whatever. So basically the answer is, if you can truly articulate, guy, boyfriend, whatever, if you can truly articulate that I was in reasonable apprehension that she was about to be battered or assaulted again, by all means. But otherwise, you just can be a good witness.